All right. Okay, I had to take off my glasses because it's dark, because I am late getting to doing this. I promised that I was going to do 12 days of Christmas, which is like 12 days of giving you some incredible value and education. And that comes in the form of me giving you 12 days of how to build uh, content or how to create content. I keep messing that up. How to create content that builds credibility. I and just to introduce myself, because if you haven't watched any of my lives the past 2 days, my name is Bernadette Watts. I am co-founder of Onstage Plus TV Networks. I, for a living, create content for our TV network and for other brand owners. And it's something that I take a lot of time to really try and understand. And so part of that understanding comes from me understanding the importance of education. And so, what we talked about the past 2 days and what's going to consistently be something that's going to be included in this content is understanding that you build credibility with an audience by offering value. And specifically, when you're creating content where you are speaking to someone and offering them value, you are offering them value on what it is that you know. And that type of value and education helps to bring credibility because people don't really understand all that you do or why they should listen to you unless you tell them the value you offer, the problem you solve. So I'm not going to go and recover what we did day one. I will recap a little bit of day two. And before I forget, to my right, because you'll see on the screen a QR code that has an opportunity for you to all take advantage of. It is about helping you to create course, a course, or how to build content online that helps you to earn money, passive income specifically. And I believe that everyone really should have a course because there's something that we all know. We have learned, we have developed a skill, we have developed a talent in our years of experience in living and working and doing things that we have found that come natural to us that we should be sharing. And especially if you can share it and make money from it, right? Because that's something that's not a bad thing, is to be able to learn to be able to make money with things that you enjoy doing. So, back to creating content that builds credibility. So, yesterday we did talk about educational based marketing. We talked about how effective educational based marketing covers two different things. One is offering value. And the second thing that that content needs to do is to be able to position for purchase. Like people need to know that, hey, here's the value, but how then can I further access or understand how to access that value, right? How can I apply it in my life, or what actions should I take? And so really effective EBM helps you to position that purchase where you're offering a value. Here are some things that you need to know about that people will self-select and say, hey, that's for me. Let's stop what I'm doing. Let me look and listen to what this person is saying, and then be able to take from that and say, okay, this is the person I should contact for that, or this is the service I should use. So it's positioning that purchase. And one of the ways of positioning purchases we're going to talk about today, we're going to dive deep into positioning purchase, and we're going to talk about how you do that with influencing purchasing criteria. Now, if you're thinking about purchasing criteria, you're thinking about pricing, you're thinking about, depending on if it's a product or service, like a product, like does it taste good? Is it a food, something? Does it look good? Is it something that you wear? Is it, how effective is it that you use it? Its effectiveness. It could be something that's related to health, right? So let's just say, price and health, right? So what you're going to do is with educational based marketing. And I'm just going to give you an example, right? So I recently moved to Clear Lake. And so I'm like in the mountains, y'all. And it's going to get cold up here. It's already started to get cold. And so I love hot liquids. When I'm cold, I love hot liquids. So I love soup, I love broths. And so if I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to be going to the store to look for some soups, right? But there are literally hundreds. There's so many different brands. There's so many different types of soup. So, like, what is my criteria? Is it by taste? Is it by a price? What is my criteria? So, say you have, I'm say someone's at the grocery store and they are have some information and they're for a product they're selling, and it's for a soup, and if I'm giving some education about, the three things that makes that, or you just not even three things. You can just say like some of the tough things, like the bad things that people are putting in food today. Like, we've seen a lot of these documentaries where people are understanding more and more that there's certain type of toxins, there's certain type of ingredients that are being put into foods, especially like these big companies maybe putting things in foods that don't necessarily feel like they're going to be healthy for you. It may cause something later that can hurt you physically. It may hurt your skin. It may hurt your whatever, right? Your hormone levels, whatever. There's education about, like, be careful to watch out for all the different things that you can find in your food, and you really need to be looking to make sure that these things aren't included in things that you buy because they cost this, and that, right? So when you have that information and people get it from you, they feel like, okay, I got something valuable. Yeah, I don't want to end up having something in my system that can hurt me, right? So I'm going to look now when I go to get some soup, I'm going to maybe pay attention to some of the ingredients on the cans. Maybe I'm going to look to say, okay, if I can't pronounce it and I have no idea what it is, then I'm not going to put it in my body. I'm not going to eat it. So now that selection that I was going to choose and what I was going to buy has went down significantly. And if the person that was offering that information was somebody who sells organic soups with all the ingredients that you can pronounce, that you know what it is, now I'm more likely to buy, excuse me, that type of soup. So that's one form, right? So here's another example. I kind of botched that one. It's late, excuse me, right, guys? So let's just say price, right? So let's just say uh, the three top things that families are doing today that are causing them to like leak massive amounts of money, right? And so let's the top three. The third one is you are using too much gas. You are taking your car and you're driving it up the street when you could easily walk up the street. You could catch the bus, or you could catch public transit like BART. You don't always have to use your car, and so you're wasting money on gas. The second one could be you are leaving too many lights on in the house. Families are leaving too many lights on. You need to make sure that you are turning off the lights in rooms that you're no longer in. Even if you think you're going to go back in that room, you're draining electricity, you're wasting money. And then the top one is that groceries are expensive. So people aren't taking time to really find out what is the best brands that they should be purchasing, and not getting caught up in like a lot too many 2-for-1 sales when you only need one, you're only going to use one, And so don't buy two, even if they have this sale, right? Or so then it's like, okay, let's look to see, okay, how can you find good items that are really effectively priced? And of course, say that person with that organic soup, now I'm looking for my soup, I'm looking to see, okay, I don't want to spend money unnecessarily. So yes, these have the same ingredients on it, and it's healthy ingredients, and it's healthier than a lot of these other brands, and also priced better. So now that information that was given to me about like how people are massively like losing money by not purchasing groceries responsibly, with an idea in mind of what things they should be, how much they should be spending. Now I'm going to be looking to, now my influence has kind of shifted towards price. So I've gotten some education, and now when I get ready to buy, now I'm going to be looking more at price. And so it's kind of like that. Those are two examples, if you were to look at it. When you're offering content about what it is that you do, you want to give the value, and that value should kind of, in some way, lead them to not only take action, but influence the criteria that best lines them up with purchasing from you. So you're telling them about something that's important. Like many people may say, "Oh goodness, top there. Here are some. Here are three top reasons why people are experiencing fatigue." If I feel like I'm tired, I'm gonna stop and I'm scrolling. I'm gonna look at what is that. Okay, so they don't get enough rest. Um, uh, Another reason is that they don't take the time to relax and not get themselves too wound up, or let too much stress attack them. And here's the top reason is they are dehydrated, and they're not getting affected, are effectively hydrating themselves. And there are so many ways that you can effectively hydrate yourself with water that is very pure. And guess what? I have a water purifying system that I'm selling, and it helps in all of those areas that are going to make you get the best water for your system. So there you have a little bit of a EBM for someone who is selling water treatment, purifiers, or what have you. They found value in saying, okay, I know that my product or my solution, my product addresses this problem. So I'm a solution, right? And people don't always understand how your product or your service is a solution. So your value kind of lines up with what that solution is that they don't know about, and at the same time you're guiding them with why you're positioning that purchase. Oh, here's the action that you can take, and that criteria that they probably would choose to go after. So it can get really tricky, guys. We're going to delve into this a little bit more. I'm going to have some more examples. Maybe I'll take the time to really write them out so I can make sure that I address them as clear as possible. Thanks for tuning in with me. Day three was a little rocky, but I'm still here for it. And educational based marketing is so huge. I tell you, it's going to help you get that 67% of people out there who don't know about you and don't realize that what you have to offer can be exactly what they need. Everybody's going after the same 3%, right? But there are 67 people that are untapped. And yesterday we talked about that. We broke it all down. 3% everybody's going after. That leaves 97%. 30% of those are going to be people who are just, no, even if you know they have the problem that you solve, they're just going to say no's. Expect the no's. Don't get discouraged by the no's. That leaves 67% that are going to be possibles for you. That if you create content that will educate them properly, offer value, and position the purchase with great purchasing criteria, you're going to not only be able to set yourself up as that subject matter expert, but you are also going to be able to um, grow yourselves. So that's it for today. Like I said, today 3 was rocky, but I promise I was going to stick to this, and we're going to do 12 days of building content um, that creating content that builds credibility. I don't know why I keep going backwards with that. I guess because it can go both ways, but really it is you're creating content because you're building your credibility with people who don't know you, and they can get to know you by hearing from you, hearing you talk about what it is that you know, the value that you offer. And that's just authentic connection to help people learn that you're out there and that you're available. So I will see you guys tomorrow.